Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Timeless Hyaluronic Acid Serum, which contains 1% of hyaluronic acid, to be specific sodium hyaluronate, and it helps to rehydrate the skin. So this can be dry skin, this can be oily skin, or maybe just you have normal skin and you just want to hydrate the skin and keep it very simple. Well, then this serum is for you. You can use it daily in the morning as well as evening, so once or twice per day daily. And this serum does not have any conflicts. It's purely an hydrating serum. So if you have already current existing morning and or evening skincare routine, just add it to your current routine without any worries. And so I want to share with you how you can set up a skincare routine, after what step you're going to include it, and what can be optional steps depending on your preference and overall your skin type and needs. And then later on I want to show you the entire application. So I have prepared for you my example skincare routines as always in PowerPoint slides, which I now want to share with you. But if you then want to go over it in your own time and you want to know more about some additional information, you will find everything in the description box down below. Now, starting off with a morning skincare routine. So you're starting off with the first step, which is going to be your cleansing step. Now, this can be with just purely water to wash your face, that's completely fine. Or you can use a gentle cleanser that's working well for your skin type, or maybe an exfoliating acid cleanser. As already mentioned, the hyaluronic acid serum does not have any conflicts. Wash your face, rinse it off, pat the skin dry. Then as an optional step, you can include an hydrating and soothing toner for your morning skincare routine, but it's also fine to just skip this step. Once you have applied your toner, you're going to leave it on the skin, there's no need to wash it off. And then you're going to move on to the hyaluronic acid serum, apply to the skin and leave it on the skin. Now you can use this serum just on its own as your only serum that you're going to use. However, if you're using other serums as well that you want to use along, then go from the thinnest to the thickest texture, and based on that you're going to do the layering. And I recommend no more than 3 serums, otherwise it can become quite a lot when layering the products after one another. Then apply your treatment to the skin, leave it on the skin. And then you're moving on to sun protection. This can either be a moisturizer that already contains SPF or a regular sunscreen, and then there you have it. As for an evening skincare routine, it can look pretty much the same. You're just going to replace your sunscreen step with an oil and or moisturizer, or just skip this step in total. And instead of using a hydrating and soothing toner, you may also want to work with an exfoliating acid. That's completely fine as well. Hyaluronic acid often gets confused as it would be an exfoliating acid, but that's not the case, so therefore you can use them in the same routine. And then just cleanse your toner or your exfoliant, then the serums and treatments, and then your oil and or moisturizer. Now, if during daytime you have worn sunscreen and or makeup that you cannot properly remove with your cleanser, then I recommend doing a double cleanse, using at first your micellar water, then your regular cleanser, or an oil or balm cleanser as your first cleanser, and then move on to your regular cleanser, to make sure that everything comes properly off the skin before moving on to other skincare treatments that you're going to leave on the skin. And so then there you have it, of a morning as well as evening skincare routine. Now, I have also prepared the same steps in this on my shelf right here as well, and it's a great for all skin types rehydrating skincare routine. The only thing that can change is the cleansing step, and maybe of course the oil and or moisturizer if you want to include it and you're using a different one. But overall, the setup that I've made is great for all skin types if you want to rehydrate your skin. So I now want to get into the application, starting off with the first step, which is going to be washing your face with a cleanser. As an example, I have CeraVe's Hydrating Cleanser, which is great for normal to dry skin. This is just purely an example. If you have a different one, or you may have an oilier skin type, then of course go ahead and adjust your cleanser accordingly. Please also make sure to read on the back of the packaging on how you should use your cleanser. You can wash your face above the sink or take the cleanser with you in the shower. Either way is fine, just make sure to properly remove it later on. In this example, it is advised to apply the cleanser on wet skin, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to massage it over my face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then I'm going to rinse it off and then patting the skin dry. Now, in between, as some of you already may know, I really like to work with a soft and fresh washcloth in between, specifically if you're trying to remove your sunscreen and or makeup and even just a cleanser from the skin, especially when doing this above the sink, because then you're making sure that everything comes properly off the skin. So let's go ahead and do this. So now take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry. So now once you're done with your cleansing step, you have pat the skin dry, you can immediately move on to the next step. Now the next step can already be the application of the hyaluronic acid serum. However, again, if you want to include an hydrating and soothing toner and or exfoliant in your skincare routine, do this before applying your hyaluronic acid serum. Now I'm going to go with an hydrating and soothing toner. I'm going to use COSRX Centella water alcohol-free toner. That one is, for example, great for rehydration. It calms the skin, it soothes the skin, specifically also if you're experiencing redness. So this is just one great example. If you have a different one, go ahead and replace it and then evenly apply it all over your face and neck. So, and once you have applied your toner all over your face and neck, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And now you can move on to the next step, which would be your serums and treatments. So if you're using more than just a hyaluronic acid serum, layer from the thinnest to the thickest texture. For this video, I'm going to keep my focus on the serum itself alone. And when using it, after you have worked with the toner in general, use between 2 to 3 drops. This should be more than enough for your face and neck. If you're going to skip the toner step, then you can go with 1 or 2 drops more so that you then have more product to evenly blend all over your face. So it can be adjustable depending on what else you are going to include in your skincare routine. Because if you're going to use too much of the hyaluronic acid serum, it may also feel a bit uncomfortable on the skin, and it mainly can cause pilling when layering other products on top of it. And so this can be quite annoying. Therefore, the amount of product that you're going to use plays a big role. So just use 3 drops on the palm of my hand. You can also just dispense it on your fingertips or immediately to the face and then start blending it all over your face and neck. So once you're done with the application of your serums and treatments as well as the hyaluronic acid serum in general, then you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now if this is going to be your evening skincare routine, you can stop right here, that's completely fine, or now move on to an oil and or moisturizer. However, during daytime, don't forget to follow with a moisturizer that already contains SPF or regular sunscreen. Now I have right here an oil as well as a moisturizer, which are both great for all skin types, and I'm going to go with an oil, and I have chosen the ordinary argan oil. That one is great for oily skin. It has some benefits for oily skin, but it's also great if you have a drier skin type. So therefore I picked it, since it can be suitable for all skin types if you want to work with an oil. But of course you could also replace it with a moisturizer or just mix one with the other and then apply it all over your face and neck. When using the oil, use between 4 to 6 drops. When you're working with a moisturizer, use about a bean size amount and then evenly apply it all over. So once you're done with the application, when using your oil and or moisturizer or sunscreen during daytime, then that's already it. You're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And then this would be a great setup of a skincare routine that's actually great for all skin types, but it specifically targets dehydrated skin. And so I do hope that you enjoyed this video and that you find it helpful. If you did so, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. Again, I want to remind you, you will find all the PowerPoint slides in the description box down below by just clicking on the link, and you can even download them. If you now want to learn more about skincare in general, I have several videos for you on my YouTube channel, not only with the application but with some explanation as well. So if you're into this, I recommend checking them out, and I'm going to leave some of them at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!